Okay, we'll have comments from visitors. Please come to the podium, give us your name and address, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Kitty First Beatty. I'm at 101 East 10th Street at apartment 104. And I have a question about the quality of our water. Our water leaves a white spot when it dries. If you boil it, it will have a oily film on the top. Is there something, and it has a very strong chlorine odor to it. Is there something that we can do, or can you all look into this matter, please? Because I did bring pictures if you need to see.
Miss Kitty, I would be happy to take a look at your pictures. Daryl, would you have a minute to speak with Miss Kitty about this, about the water quality? We'll
Thank
definitely
you.
take a look
I
into it.
appreciate your time and your
absolutely.
professional courtesy.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Anyone else want to address the council? Seeing no one, we will move on to the introduction. I'll let you do that.
Thank you, Mayor. So we are very excited tonight to introduce our incoming Assistant Director of Administration. So Sam Schultz, I'm going to have you come on up and come to the podium. Sam was an excellent interview and had a lot of really shared visions for what we're trying to do here at the city in as much as moving us forward. And so I again want to say I really appreciate the staff members and the mayor who participated in the interview process with us. The ADOA is a really pivotal role for the city of Fulton, and so it's important for us to have someone that shares that vision of moving Fulton forward. And so Sam certainly does. Is there anything you would like to say, Sam?
Just really excited to be here and get to working with everybody and get started. So I'm really looking forward to it. I start July 8th. That's where I'm going to be here. So yeah, very excited. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll have proclamation. Kevin, you want to come up? Proclamation of recognition and appreciation. Whereas on the occasion of the retirement of Fire Chief Kevin Kofelt from the employment of the city of Fulton after 26 years, 9 months, and 6 days, it is proper for the city to record an expression of its grateful appreciation of his faithful and exemplary service as an employee of the city of Fulton. And whereas Kevin conscientiously served the citizens of Fulton, commencing on September the 2nd, 1997 as a firefighter, and subsequently promoted to fire engineer, fire captain, assistant chief, and his final promotion to fire chief on May 22nd, 2017. And whereas Kevin's acclamations and achievements throughout his tenure are noteworthy and exemplary. However, it is Kevin's achievements as a selfless leader that will have a long-standing impact both on the city of Fulton and the city of Fulton Fire Department for years and years to come. And whereas Kevin's ability to foster collaboration, show compassion, and garner respect from his staff, fellow professionals, and the community at large, serves as an example for all of us. Now, therefore, I, Steve Myers, Mayor of the City of Fulton, on behalf of the City Council and the citizens of our community, extend our sincerely grateful appreciation to Kevin Kofelt for the many years of loyal service to our community. We wish to convey our heartfelt congratulations and best wishes to Kevin, Tracy, and the family for their success and happiness in the upcoming years. Kevin, thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Mayor, and Kevin, thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Since Friday. Appreciate that. I will not put everyone through my speech from Friday because I'm not sure I could get through it again, but I just want to echo all of the wonderful things in the proclamation. Kevin has been an important member of this team for many, many, many years, and he has a lasting legacy here with the City of Fulton and with the fire department, and I know that we're in good hands now because of the leadership that Kevin provided to both Chief Gray and Chief Singh as well. So we miss you already. You're welcome to come back anytime, anytime. And again, thank you so much, Chief Kofelt, for your service to the City of Fulton, sir. And if you want to say a few words, you're welcome.
Mike's here.
I just want to thank the City of Fulton, all of my coworkers that I've worked with, present, past, city's leadership. I appreciate you everyone giving me the opportunity to be the fire chief. It's special to me. This is the town that I grew up in. Sorry. I want to thank my family for all the sacrifices that we made over the years. Just appreciate everything, and the City of Fulton and the fire department will always be part of my family.
Kevin, are you choosing to stick around right now? You know you don't have to anymore. I mean, it's fun. I know it's a fun time. No.
Moving along, we have the appointment of our new city attorney. Brittany, you want to come forward?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, so as we discussed, Judge England or prior Judge England is having to resign. And so we have interviewed Brittany, and we're very excited about her taking on this new role with our city. Again, I think tonight's message is all about sharing a common vision and having the right people in the right positions at the right time. And from Sam to Chief Kofelt and Chief Singh and Brittany, we're in good hands right now, people. So I'm excited to have Brittany join our team, and I know that she's going to carry on that legacy that Judge England has set for a long time as well. But if you have any questions, or of course, Brittany, if there's anything you want to say, please do.
Thank you, Courtney. I appreciate that. Judge England, she'll always be Judge England to me, but she was really the one who introduced me to the City of Fulton. I have loved becoming a part of the community, currently work down at the Justice Center as an assistant prosecuting attorney, and look forward to also embracing the city role as well. appreciate everything that you all do and look forward to working with you. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
I'm originally from St. Louis. That's where my parents are, but went to law school at Mizzou.
I would like to also say too, I've known Carol England for 40 years, and the fact that she supports you in this position means a lot.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. She is truly an incredible mentor, and I would not be where I am today without her.
any other questions? Seeing none, we'll need a motion.
Second?
Very good. Any other questions?
We had about 6 seconds on
Yeah.
there.
Thank you.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and head right into oath of
If
office.
everybody seconds it, do we have to vote?
No.
Would you like?
State your name.
I, Brittany Duke,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess all the qualifications
that I possess all the qualifications
prescribed for the office of city prosecuting attorney by law,
prescribed for the office of City Prosecuting Attorney by law,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
the provisions of all laws
the provisions of all laws
of this state affecting charter cities,
of this state affecting charter cities,
and the ordinances of the city of Fulton, Missouri,
and the ordinances of the City of Fulton, Missouri,
and that I will faithfully conduct myself
and that I will faithfully conduct myself
in the office to which I was elected
in the office to which I was elected
and appointed.
and appointed.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wonderful.
Wonderful. Here, I'll have you step in.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Okay, again, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I think he might be on my seat
Musical chairs.
here. The right people in the right
Right,
place,
right.
at the right time.
Right seat, the right place. We're off the bus.
That's true.
Who's driving?
Nobody evidently.
It's AI.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, we do not have a consent agenda tonight. And we'll move on to unfinished business, which we have none. Nor do we have new business tonight. And we'll move on to council concerns. Councilman Henchy.
Yes, for the Public Safety Commission, it was last on 16 May 24, and I already discussed that, and the next one is 27 June 24. So that will be the next Public Safety Commission. And I would also like to bring up a special thanks to Kyle Bremer, city engineer, and his team for taking care of a safety concern for me very quickly in less than a day. And I'm amazed by the efficiency and professionalism of his group. Thank you very much, Kyle.
Councilman West.
There we go. All right. So Councilman Hinchy and I, as well as our city clerk, Kathy Ratliff, and assistant city clerk, Marissa, I can't think of her last name. Anyway, attended the MML newly elected conference last Thursday and Friday. It was very, very good conference, a lot of good information. And one of you know, I always try to take a few nuggets from there. I really enjoyed the gentleman on Friday morning that spoke. A lot of good insight there. But one of the things that was also pointed out, another nugget I took away, is that the council's job is to set policy, not necessarily to go around. The example that was used was a councilman somewhere not here, with his hand up a sewer pipe, I think it was. And he said, that's not your job. Your job is to let the city workers do that sort of thing, and our job is to set policy. So with that in mind, I would really like to encourage us to get together and start doing some strategic planning. We've been talking about it for a while now, and I think it's time, maybe late summer, early fall, that we take that on. Even if it's a list of, hey, I'd like to see this, Lauren would like to see this, Bob would like to see this, you know, et cetera. And then we all say, we come to agreement, or we say, yeah, we don't want to do this or that, you know, as examples. I mean, it could be simple, just so we're setting the direction of what our city staff is doing. So, and I think they all do a tremendous job, but I think we need to give them some help there. Other than that, that's all I have. But I thought it was a really good conference.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. I might add to that, if you all, if any of the council has citizens that approach them about an issue, they need to be directed to City Hall, to Courtney personally, or if you all want to email her or myself, we will get those issues looked at. We've had some issues recently came up that we've already done, and we're already in the process of doing it. So that wastes a lot of time for our staff. So if you have any issues come to light, and you need to direct them to either Courtney or myself, and I will direct them to her, or have them come personally to City Hall. Not go out and, like you just said, go out and investigate the situation. Okay? All right? All right, very good. Councilwoman Reclus.
Yes, first of all, welcome. Nice to meet you. I agree with Mike. I think we need to, everybody, kind of think a little bit about what we may need in this city. Talk to your people, see what we need to change. Can we move forward on a certain thing? It doesn't have to be some big project. It can be something, like you said, something very simple, but to better our facility. Sidewalks all over town, make sure they're all, just issues like that. Let's make a plan, move forward together, and hopefully help the city of Fulton. And that's all I really have tonight. Thank you.
Okay, Councilman Stone's not with us tonight, nor is Councilman Luther. We'll move on to Councilman Combs.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. The zoning commission met tonight. The meeting lasted all of, I think, 3 minutes, discussing a piece of property over off 10th Street, which kind of will be my reoccurring, kind of touching what you guys touched on, but also things I've said multiple times before. I think we really need to do, look at that zoning map and examine the planning and zoning portion of the Planning and Zoning Commission. The property that we talked about, we'll have more conversations about later, but it's been used in its current state for probably 13 or 14 years, if not longer, zoned improperly. Nothing's been done about that, but I don't think there was any objection to it being zoned properly. But at this state in the game, we're charging constituents money to have their property properly zoned for a use that it's been well before they owned it. And so if we look at examining what's going on, we have the power to make those changes. It could be helping our constituents as well as not just, rather than, I think a lot of times it's seen as possibly hurting, but then the planning portion that you guys are talking about always helps too, because we can look forward rather than just being responsive. The other little piece to that, and comparing the map from, I looked at both the, I guess, the 83 map to now. I was just looking at our current map. It doesn't have, it's color coded, but there's not a key. And so if there's a way to add a key on there to what those different zones are, it might make that a little bit easier to read. I know the slightly previous map was a little bit easier at points, but it was hard to edit. And then the only other piece was I talked to Courtney about this a little bit yesterday, which kind of spurred more thoughts today. The flowers in the roundabout looked really nice. They got mowed. That's what it is. Other than going forward, if those flowers didn't actually seed, now we may not have more. So I didn't know if there was a way to either partner with schools or partner with the conservation department to actually plant wildflowers around in places that maybe can't be sponsored or don't have people adopting those spaces any longer, that we could just do something more native. I know there's a lot of people that would be more apt to seeing the natural what occurs than necessarily needing somebody to spend time planting.
I would support that.
Yeah.
I attempted to get several organizations involved, and nobody wants to tackle that issue. The Flower Club ladies did it the first year or two. There's not, I was told there's not enough of them to do it anymore. School is out usually, and too early to maybe take care of it. So that fell on deaf ears as well. So conservation, I didn't try them. I doubt that they will, but they might provide seed. But
And that's what I was thinking, like, if they had for a while wildflower seeds or native plant seeds that you could buy and you put them out there.
yeah, they
And let
might
it do its
that.
thing year after year, and nobody really has to take care of it. I mean, I know at some point it can become a nuisance if it gets too tall. But they may be able to guide something that, like, hey, if you do this, it won't get too tall, something like that, where it's
Yeah.
not adding more work to busy staff, something that is like, okay, it looks good, it's well maintained, it's not
Right.
just erosion, like, I'm thinking more like erosion or dirt, when if it's just that, it just creates more issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll look into that for next year.
Yeah, I think there are certainly some opportunities for us to look into that, and I appreciate you keeping the maintenance aspect in mind. I'm sure Mr. Polston also appreciates that as well, so there's certainly some things we can look into.
Okay. Thank you. Councilman Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Before the board had the council of the meeting, so I think the next one's in July, the 11th. July 11th. The only concern I have is the Crestwood situation. I think we still need to look into going forward, trying to see if we can start looking for grants and money for sidewalks and seeing what we can do to improve. The ball fields are up that way, and the last time I looked, it was overflowing, a lot of traffic, a lot of cars, and we're just waiting on, God forbid, that anything should happen. But it's a lot of cars in a small space. It's going to make it difficult. Somebody's going to do it. We pray and hope that doesn't happen. Other than that, I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Councilwoman Nelson?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Utility Board has not met. We will meet before our next meeting. I have no concerns, but I would like to say that I feel like as a city, we're doing a really great job right now of posting on social media. I've also noticed a lot of signs out for road work that's coming. So I appreciate that, knowing that things are happening. The posts that I'm seeing on Facebook, I'm trying to share them every single time just so everybody in Fulton is aware. But I do feel like that our social media and our extras are being noticed, and I've had people comment on those. So I really appreciate that, and the notifications that we're putting up, such as the sign. I know I saw a sign over on Westminster, a light up sign. So I really appreciate that, and I think our citizens do as well.
Okay, thank you. Again, I just want to remind the council, If you have an issue, go to Courtney or myself. If you go directly to the department heads, that just delays the issue getting fixed. And I think you all know the charter, that none of us can get involved, including myself, in daily operations. So I just want to encourage you to bring those issues to us, and we'll get them taken care of. All right, very good. Ordinances. We have a first reading ordinance, bill number 1711, surplus property at 818 Vine Street. Councilman West, would you read that, please?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor on behalf of the city of Fulton, Missouri, to declare a tract of land located at 818 Vine Street in Fulton, Missouri to be surplus property, authorizing its distribution and establishing effective date. I move for moving bill 17, second reading of bill 1711, or next regularly scheduled council meeting.
Did I get a second? Yeah, okay. Lauren? All right, questions?
On a surplus property, we don't have additional surplus property for the future, okay, this is just one of them.
This is one of many we're going to be seeing. Okay? Do you want to say anything?
No, the only note I would make, and I kind of alluded to it here, is this is a vacant lot. So there isn't a structure that has to be torn down on this. Therefore, we're not really concerned about a timeline or anything like that. So there has been some interest in this property specifically, and we feel we're going to get some good bids. So appreciate you guys moving this one forward.
I took the liberty of driving by and taking a look at it. It's a nice lot. It'd be great for a single-family home, so we need to get more of those out on the market.
Okay, seeing no further questions, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Okay, motion carries, and we'll see that again at the next meeting. We'll move on to Bill 1712, which is the public nuisance ordinance, and this is just kind of cleaning up and redefining a little bit of this ordinance. This mirrors a lot of Jeff City's ordinance, I understand. So that being said, Councilwoman Nelson, would you read that, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Bill number 1712, a PEN public nuisance ordinance, an ordinance appending Chapter 46, Environment, Article 2, Section 32, Public Nuisance of the Fulton City Code, and establishing an effective date. I make a motion we place Bill number 1712 for second reading at the next regularly scheduled council meeting.
Okay, very good. Questions?
This is where, on this ordinance on public nuisance, one of the questions that I have is that, when it says to, often asked to cut trees and maintain grass, the tree situation, is it the owner or the renter is one is responsible for cutting the tree, and who determines if the tree needs to be cut?
So in those instances, it's always going to revert back to whoever the property owner is. Typically, tenants don't have a reasonable expectation to maintain properties such as trees or things of that nature, unless, of course, there's something in the lease agreement. And I'm saying this as our new city attorney sits here, so I'm sure she could probably go into that. But in this specific ordinance, basically, we're clarifying the owner's responsibility in maintaining the trees and the grass that in that area that sometimes gets a little confusing for people. What I do want to clarify is if we do run into a situation where it's potentially going to impact our utilities, we still retain the right to address that if we absolutely have to, or we would say this needs to be addressed. So it just clarifies and gives a little bit more teeth to our existing ordinance. But the primary thing is to make sure that the owner knows the responsibility is theirs in that area.
Okay, seeing,
So
oh, go
one more
ahead.
thing, just to toss on this, I was trying to figure out if we should go here or before. One, I really like the clarification because that helps, because clarification is always nice. And understanding, my question or thought would be around, this is, in the past, we've been mostly responsive. So if somebody has a complaint, we handle it. Do we have any plans of communicating now these set clarifications? Just from I spend a lot of time around town on sidewalks, and there's a lot of trees that are overgrown, a lot of yards that are overgrown. Stuff like that where it impedes sidewalks. And it's thinking through like summertime kids. There's several places where, like Bob was saying earlier, where kids can't walk on sidewalks because they'd have to go out from the road. But this time, because of overgrowth, that sort of thing, do we have a plan of maybe communicating this to people? And then secondly, I didn't dig into this one deep enough, but is there also a piece to this that not only addresses the growth aspects, but also the other obstructions like cars and trash cans and flags and those sorts of things? I haven't seen those, but I know those are also similar issues in terms of impeding people and cars and creating safety hazards.
Yeah, so absolutely. To your first point, plan to communicate. Once this ordinance goes into effect, just like Lauren mentioned with social media, we will be doing some social media highlights on this so people know it's out there. What I would caution, you're absolutely right. We've been reactionary. When we find out there's a problem, we go out and address it. Part of the issue with that is, just staffing levels and the many hats that people have to wear here at the city, and they do that incredibly well. So what I would ask is, whether it's city council members or it's citizens, whomever, if you guys are seeing an issue out there, please make us aware, because we don't always have time to just go patrol specifically looking for issues. I would love to say that in the future that's going to be different. But again, I think our staff does an incredible job, specifically, in the Planning and Protective Services Department, of managing things as soon as they're aware of it. So I know it's still not proactive. We will work to get proactive, but for now, if you guys see any kind of issues, please make sure that you let us know, and you can certainly send that through our website. We have a contact us section. So that, or you can definitely reach out to City Hall, to Kathy or myself. To your second point, Councilman Combs, trash cans and cars. So cars are already mentioned in our nuisance code, and then our police also handle some of those aspects. Trash cans are something we're going to be talking about through the Public Utility Board, because we've certainly talked about that issue before with people not necessarily bringing their trash cans back after that 24-hour window. But most of the other nuisance issues are addressed in our nuisance code. And again, that's something our Planning and Protective Services Department goes out and they write letters and notifications and do postings. And then unfortunately, if those issues aren't addressed, it goes through the abatement process. So a majority of those issues are already addressed, but trash cans, I can tell you, is something you're going to see some legislation on.
It's great, just communication is proactive in my way I see it, so that's good.
Okay, very good. Let's move on. All in favor of this moving to third reading tonight, please. No, it's second reading next time.
Yeah, second.
Please say yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Opposed? Okay. Now we'll move on to second readings.
I will do second and third, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah. Councilwoman Reclus, would you read bill number 1709, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Bill number 1709, revised open container possessions in public places. An ordinance repealing section 10-10, possession in open containers in public places. Fulton City Code is hereby repealed, and a new section 10-10. Possession in open containers in public places is enacted in lieu thereof and establishing an effective date. I make a motion for bill number 1709 for third reading at this meeting.
Second.
Very well. We discussed this. This is just cleaning up our open container law a little bit. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Councilwoman, will you read for the third time, please?
Yes. Bill number 1709, revised open container possession in public places. An ordinance repealing section 10-10, possession in open container in public places. Fulton City Code is hereby repealed, and a new section 10-10, possession in open containers in public places, is enacted in lieu thereof and established an effective date. Make a motion to pass Bill number 1709 at this meeting.
Very well. All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Madam Clerk, would you do a voice roll call vote, please?
Mr. Mayor. Mr. Luther. Ms. Nelson. Yes. Ms. Reclue. Yes. Mr. Stone. Mr. Washington. Yes. Mr. West.
Yes.
Mr. Combs.
Yes.
Mr. Hinchey.
Yes.
6 council members affirmative. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to Bill number 1710. Councilman Henchy, would you read that for us, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Bill number 1710, Budget Amendment. An ordinance authorizing amendments to the City of Fulton budget for the fiscal year of 2024 as outlined in Article 8, Financial Procedures, Section 8.8, amendments after the adoption of Paragraph C, transfers of appropriation, Fulton City Charter, and establishing an effective date. I make a motion to place Bill number 1710 for the third reading at this council meeting.
Okay, very well. This also was discussed last meeting. Does anybody, I think maybe a couple of you may not have been here. Did you have questions? Please bring them forward. Okay, seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Okay, Councilman, would you read it for a third time, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Bill number 1710, Budget Amendment. An ordinance authorizing amendments to the City of Fulton budget for fiscal year 2024 as outlined in Article 8, Financial Procedures, Section 8.8, amendments after adoption, Paragraph C, transfer of appropriations, Fulton City Charter, and establishing an effective date. I make a motion to place Bill number 1710, Budget Amendment, for final passage at this council meeting.
Very well, thank you, Councilman. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Madam Clerk, would you do a roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Ms. Nelson. Yes. Ms. Reclue. Yes. Mr. Stone. Mr. Washington. Yes. Mr. West.
Yes.
Mr. Combs.
Yes.
Mr. Hinchey.
Yes.
Mr. Luther. 6 council members affirmative.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, we'll move on to announcements. The Human Rights Commission is having their third annual Juneteenth celebration this coming Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Legends Recplex. Pam will be speaking at that. She'll be the main speaker. And so we're looking forward to that. City Hall and Legends and the Solid Waste Department will be closed on Wednesday, June the 19th for the Juneteenth holiday. The next city council meeting will be June 25th at 6:30. And City Hall, Legends, Recplex, and Solid Waste will be closed on Thursday and Friday, July the 4th and 5th for Independence Day. The city pool will remain closed only on July the 4th. We do not have a need for an executive session tonight. Does anyone have anything else that needs to come before the council tonight? If not, I will entertain them.
I move that we close this meeting.
Very well. Thank all of you for being here tonight.